You know, my cousin Donnie out in Maine, he's making a big deal, whatever, dude. But you know, people forget about me, Ronnie, got the Northeast Kingdom accent. You know, it's whatever. That guy thinks he's hot. He's up there making a big fuss, and he's got, you know, his big orange helmet, looking OSHA certified, and I just gotta look at that and go, oh, you know, how good of a skier are you? You know me, I don't wear helmets. I go up there with my hat, you know, representing the Eastbrook market, and you know, I see him out there wearing glasses and goggles. Like, what are you worried about? That's why me, when I go skiing, I wear these goggles. It keeps all the moisture out. You know, good as new. Look at that. I'm ready for land and sea. All right, welcome, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Elliott, and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. If you're watching this on the day it was published, a very happy Halloween. Hope you guys are having a great Halloween. This is my little ski costume. I do have a costume to wear with my kids that's a little bit different, but I thought I'd pay tribute to the great Donnie Pelletier, something French, something super French Canadian. Yeah, not quite the outfit, but the best I could put together. And actually, this is all stuff I already own, so Vermont stereotypes, fire away. The hardest part about the Northeast Kingdom accent, when you want to do like a really thick Northeast rural Vermont accent, is not swearing all the time. They swear a lot. They say the F word all the time. There's no reason I couldn't say that for YouTube, but I just try not to. I feel like I like that kind of content better. Yeah, they say they're effing this dude, and oh yeah, wicked bud. It's like there are so many just swear words crammed into each sentence that I had to like mentally stop myself as I went. So my accent's a little weak. Like I said, I've been in Idaho for my entire adult life pretty much, so I have to really think about it. I have to think about like specific people that talk like that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Today I'm gonna give you guys my skis of the year for going into the 2025 ski season. Now, these are all my favorite skis. I'm gonna have two categories, one for like household brands, you know, the big staples, Atomic, Salomon, what have you, and then I'm gonna have one for small independent ski makers, because I feel like there are some really exciting brands doing things in the space, and I wanna be able to give both a chance to be showcased. So today, let's just jump into it. I'm gonna have a winner and a runner-up for each category. We're gonna do all mountain and powder, keep it simple. Now, full disclosure, companies do send me skis and I do keep them to cover production costs. However, none of these companies pay me anything. There's no money exchanging hands. They just send me the skis so I can review them. The independent ones, like there's no way I could have reviewed them otherwise. And the big ones are just now starting to send me skis, but when I reviewed them, they hadn't sent me any skis. So I don't know, I just want to give you guys full disclosure. I don't get paid by any of these companies. I don't accept money from any of these companies. I'm not sponsored by any of them. I just want to give you my honest truth about my skis of the year. And in fact, a couple of these skis I bought myself. I spent my own money so I could ski them and review them. So I'm giving you the most honest, unbiased opinion I possibly can. But now that I've rattled off enough, let me tell you my favorite skis for the year going into 2025. Now, the runner-up for all mountain skis goes to, probably no surprise, the Atomic Maverick 88 Ti. What you guys may find surprising is that this is the runner-up. It's typically my favorite ski, but I do think that this ski has some shortcomings. So the big shortcoming with this ski is that it is pretty light, and this Horizon Tech, which makes it really versatile in off-trail performance, so you can take it in the woods. If you get a little bit of surprise powder, this Horizon Tech really works overtime to kind of give you some float. But what it means is in the spring season, these skis can really struggle because they're kind of light. They can get caught up in the snow. I had a big crash this year, which is my fault. Like, I definitely overpowered the ski, but partially because of its design, it does get hung up on heavier wet snow. So take that for what it's worth. You've got just precision turning. You've got just a very stable apex of the turn. This ski goes exactly where you want it. If you are a master of carving and you really like loading up the pressure and getting that energy back, this ski really does it. A lot of the turn initiation happens at the tips with this ski. If you live in an area like I do where you just get surprise storms and it's light powder, you can take this off trail. It's really fun in the trees. It's really maneuverable. This ski just really cooks across the hill and is a ton of fun. And when you're carving on the groomers, it is probably, in my opinion, my favorite ski to carve on the West Coast for Atomic. I've tried their Redster Q series. I've skied the Bent series. This ski is just phenomenal. It used to be kind of a hidden gem. I think it's finally getting the recognition it deserves. If you've ever skied the Vantage line, it's very similar in DNA to that, just thinner with less sidewalls and a little bit lighter. But there is a lot to love from the Atomic Maverick series. I think the series as a whole might be the best series out there, in my opinion. When you look at like the Maverick 88 up to the Maverick 105 CTI, this line is just phenomenal. It's my runner-up for ski of the year for an all-mountain ski. Granted, if you live on the East Coast, it might be a little different. If you only ski big mountain skiing, you might want something a little bit wider. But for where I ski in Boise, Idaho, as an all-mountain ski, this is just fantastic. Now that's all well and good. You might be saying, Elliott, if that's your runner-up, you love that ski so much that you own a pair, what is your ski of the year for 2025? And that would be the Black Crow's Octo. Now the Octo just came out, it's brand spanking new, but I think that that ski is just phenomenal. It has some weak points. It probably doesn't do off-trail quite as well as the Maverick or quite as well as even like the QST line, but it still does it extremely well. It's good at short radius turns, it's good at carving, and I think it has a little bit less of a hang up in the sticky snow as the Maverick. It still will get hung up a little bit, but it's not as pronounced. But the reason I like the Black Crow's Octo a little bit more than Maverick, and it's like I like that one like a 9.7 and the Octo a 9.8. I don't remember the exact scores I gave it. But the Octo, in my opinion, provides a lot more diversity in a quiver. There's a little bit of layover between my Maverick 9D and my QST 106. And I think, in my opinion, the Octo is probably a better pairing with a powder ski because you can get the really easy short radius turns. It washes out. It does a little bit better in the moguls than the Maverick 88 does. It really has like pingy precision, great carving to it. It's also got like a little bit of flotation that you're not expecting. I just think that for a lot of people, if they skied on the Black Crow's Octo, that would do so much more range if you paired it with a powder ski than the Maverick. Now, if you don't have a powder ski and you wanted to start with something, I would start with the Maverick and then get your powder ski. Like, I don't think I would be very happy only owning an Octo, but if you're gonna pair it with another ski, I think that the Octo has a little bit more reach into the carving, into the short radius turns than the Maverick does. It's very close. I like both of the skis a ton, but I'm really, really excited about the Black Crow's Octo. I think for a lot of people that like the Mears core, but it couldn't stand on the tails, or you found the speed limit really quickly, try the Octo. I think you're gonna like it. And in my opinion, it's ski of the year going into 2025. It's just an absolutely, absolutely phenomenal ski. So yeah, I will link down below. You can see my full review of the Black Crow's Octo if you just search Black Crow's Octo. Not a lot of people reviewed it, so it should be one of the top ones. But if you're curious at all about it, and you like short radius turns, and you like a really reactive carving ski that can go off trail and still be comfortable, I'm telling you, at least try out the Black Crow's Octo. I don't care if you buy it, whatever. That's none of my business, but try it out. And for all of these skis, if you do decide to buy them, if you're like, you know what, this is just what I needed to purchase it or to pull the trigger, go ahead and use my affiliate links. I'll have links to all these skis down below. But as always, don't buy skis if you don't need them. That's not what I'm trying to do here. This is like, oh, I was already gonna buy them anyway. Use the link and a small percentage goes to the channel. So, that's the mainstream brands. Let's talk about some of the smaller indie skis because there's some cool stuff out there. Okay, up next we have the Meier Wrangler, and this ski is very, very similar to the Atomic Maverick in just kind of like what it's good at and what it's trying to do. But I will say it's a little bit beefier, a little bit heavier, and a little bit more sendy than the Atomic Maverick is off trail. So starting out, it's 93 underfoot, so it's got a little more width to it than the Maverick 88. It's got a little bit more weight behind it, but what I found is that if you set up your line correctly, these can be a little bit more rewarding off trail because they can kind of send you through. They also carve extremely well. I mean, they're very similar to the Maverick, very much a tip-based turn, but I found that these were absolutely fantastic. And in fact, my Mavericks, I got in a big crash, they're pretty beaten up. They didn't qualify for warranty, so I'm thinking I can keep using them. But if I don't, honestly, I'm not that worried because I will totally use these this season. I think they're fantastic. It was one of Zach's favorite skis from the year. Meier is a small independent made ski brand out of Denver, Colorado. These are made by hand. Yeah, right now these are $760.75. I believe that ends on Halloween. So if you're watching this right now and you've been on the fence, I would not wait any longer. But typically they're $900. But for a handmade ski made in the US, made with sustainable materials, I really like this brand. I really like the people who make these skis. I've talked to them a few times. And I can't recommend this more. This is such a fun West Coast ski, and I think even on the East Coast, it's damp enough that it would be really fun. I know a lot of these smaller brands don't get talked about. You know, you go out and watch some of these ski of the year videos from Backcountry Magazine or Freestyle Ski or whatever. They're not gonna talk about small independent skis. These are really cool. I would 100% recommend checking them out. I did kind of make fun of their graphic because it's got a cowboy on, and I think I made the noise like, you ever find a crisp $20 bill inside your jacket? Well, that's what it feels like to ski on the Meier Wrangler. And other brands would be really pissed off about that, but these guys were so cool. They're like, oh, that's hilarious. We love it. The other thing I want to say about these skis that I like a little bit more than the Maverick is it has a little bit of a wider tail for you to sit on. If you really like loading up your skis and then firing out of the tails, these do a nice job of that. They're not perfect. They are a little bit heavier. I don't know if I would love these on the moguls, or if I was on the East Coast, if I was in really thin glades. I think that these could be a little bit heavy and hard to move. But all in all, as long as you can give these a little bit of room to breathe, they really reward you and really send down the hill in a fun way. And like, if you have a little bit deeper snow, they can really cut through it because that weight allows you to come through. Or if you want to get it on edge, it holds a really stable turn at the apex. These are honestly just a hoot and a half and an amazingly fun ski. So for small independent brands, I give this my ski of the year. What an amazing ski. I do have a link down below. It's like an affiliate link, just a percentage goes to us. Or you can always leave a comment that you bought it from Rickety Ski Reviews, although the link is a lot easier to track. But yes, and we didn't have that in the beginning, but now we do. This has been a great brand to work with and a phenomenal ski. And it's like real people. You have an issue or you have a question, you call them. A lot of these other brands is like, oh, I gotta open a ticket, I gotta deal with this. I had a friend who was like trying to deal with a K2 Reckoner that was just a nightmare. These are real skis made by real people, and they're really nice. So anyway, those are my all mountain skis that I've picked out for the year for going into 2025. I think they're phenomenal. I think that you're gonna really like them. You know, every skier has different styles and different things they prioritize. So for all of these skis, I would go in and watch my full review. It's a lot more in depth. This is kind of just an overview and my top picks, but there are some amazing skis out there, and it's really hard. Like, a lot of the other people that do these ski of the year lists, it's like they're either paid, or some of them they even like, I've heard rumors, so this is hearsay, but I've heard rumors that they like charge like, oh, you want to be in the top 10? It's gonna be this much. You want to be in the top 5? It's this much. And I don't do any of that. In fact, I have a hard time getting some of these brands to even send me skis. So please, if you like this kind of content, consider liking and subscribing. That's a free way to support the channel. You can also become a channel member down below. If you're gonna buy these, use the links like I said. But more than anything, just thanks for your time. Thanks for being here with me on Halloween of all days, my favorite holiday of the year. And you know, I know you guys take time out of your day, and it means a ton to me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like down below, leave me a comment. Tell me what your favorite ski is going into 2025. What's your ski of the year? What's the ski you're most excited about? What's the ski that you want to try the most going into this year? I'd love to hear it. I love reading your comments, and a lot of times it's kind of good content for when I make my questions and answers videos. So as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. See ya, dude.